Hey guys, on today's show we're going to have a doctor come on to talk about the risks and benefits of self-diagnosis. I've been keeping track of all the commercials on TV that have told me to ask my doctor about a drug. We've got a lot to talk about, and it's bad news. So a couple weeks back, I was on WebMD trying to figure out if I had Ebola. If you're like me, it can be tough to know how much to trust these medical resources like WebMD. And it doesn't help that we're attacked by 1,000 or 2,000 prescription drug commercials every day.
Ask your doctor if Zetia is right for you.
Ask your doctor about Spiriva.
Ask your doctor.
Ask your doctor.
Crestor.
Lunesta, Cymbalta,
Lyrica.
But consumer knowledge about prescription drugs is still an issue. More than 2/3 of emergency room visits related to overdose were related to prescription drugs, not illegal ones. And with access to so much medical information, it's hard to tell how far we should go as individuals to self-diagnose ourselves. I mean, historically, we've relied on doctors. But today we have access to WebMD, Dr. Oz, and equally useful sources like Magic 8 Balls. Self-diagnosing is dangerous because we tend to go to extremes. Research shows that people are more likely to diagnose themselves with a rare illness than other people with the same symptoms. So if my friend coughs, he has a sore throat. But if I cough, at best it's bronchitis, and at worst, polio. There's even a new disorder called cyberchondria, which researchers call the unfounded escalation of concerns about common symptomatology based on the review of search results and literature online. Basically, that means that access to so much medical information has literally made a new disorder. And we're going to need a new drug for that too. And no drug is complete without a commercial, so we made one.
Are you worried about worrying? Are your hands cramping and your brow sweating from spending too much time self-diagnosing on the internet? Then you need Chilaxative, the only prescription guaranteed to make you relax from your head to your colon. Our triple-blind study showed success rates in 100% of our patients. You'll be spending so much time chilling on your couch or sitting on your ivory throne, you won't even have time to worry about that rash flare-up or incessant cough. Ask your doctor about Chilaxative. Or forget what they say and order now for only $9.99 a month. But wait, there's more. Buy within the next 30 minutes and we'll throw in a pair of free Chilaxative brand mittens. Try searching WebMD with those bad boys on.
Self-diagnosing does have some upside. It enables individuals to take initiative into their own health. For example, knowing the side effects of chemicals means we're less likely to make the same mistakes our grandparents did, who used to cough and treat it with a good old swig of heroin. Buy Pirelli's heroin elixir, it'll make you sick, so true, so true. As the public gets more knowledge about drugs, we'll have more debates about our rights to certain treatments. Here to give us a doctor's perspective is Dr. Lisa Fitzpatrick. Hi, Dr. Lisa.
Hi, how are you doing?
Great, thanks. Thanks for joining us on the show.
I'm so happy you asked me to come.
A lot of people, like myself, love watching prescription drug ads because they're so exciting and it makes you feel like you're going to be really happy for the rest of your life. But as a doctor, what's your opinion on all of the prescription drug ads and this general trend of people self-diagnosing themselves all the time?
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I hate prescription drug ads. I understand how they make you feel. I understand that the marketing is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
The colors are brilliant and vibrant, and
yeah.
the people are engaged in these fun activities. But have you ever listened to the end of the commercial where the unintelligible voice comes on and he's stringing these words together that you just can't understand because he's talking so fast? Have you ever heard that?
I mean, I tend to ignore that part, but I assume that it says some things, right?
And this is a success of marketing. They want you to ignore that part. The unintelligible words are telling you all of the side effects that you're likely to have by taking that medication. And
like having friends and going to jazz concerts and making...
Like bleeding,
oh.
Like having uncontrollable infections, having uncontrollable diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and even death in some cases. But the voice is speaking so quickly, all you can focus on is the picture of the mountains and the ocean, right?
Well, not anymore.
Right.
Before.
But I think we need to talk about whether or not we should continue to have these conversations in these commercials on the television.
So then how do you think it's influenced your interaction with patients?
This is why I hate the ads, because the patients will come in and say, "Did you see this ad?" or "What do you think about this?" I think it is irresponsible for drug companies to advertise these medications to consumers, because a consumer cannot make an educated decision based on a television ad. There needs to be a conversation with a healthcare provider and not coercion from the patient.
Do you think
based on a commercial.
Right. No matter how fancy the jazz
matter
concert
how
looks,
fancy.
because those jazz concerts are really fancy.
But
Like,
I agree with you. Some of the commercials, they're very sexy.
Yeah,
They are.
yeah.
And I've watched them. But then at the end comes the bad news. Right?
so do you think? Well, or you're in it right now. It's bad. So do you think that there are any benefits to these new resources like WebMD and these new commercials that at least tell you things that you might be worried about?
Absolutely. I'm a huge advocate for patient health literacy. So I want patients to be educated about health conditions, how to prevent illness, things they can do to live a healthy, well life. And all of the resources on television and the internet, in the media, they're really important, but they're only one resource. This information needs to be considered in a conversation with a healthcare provider, because people don't know how to sift through that information and determine what's important and what's not. You have a huge stack of papers here. You have no idea what it means.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess I'll just have to leave that for another day. But thanks so much, Dr. Lisa, for joining us today. It was a pleasure talking to you. I am not getting my prescriptions filled, but I guess I'll just have to go do more research, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
And that's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for more bad news. And until then, here's something good.
There are no absolutes. There's almost nothing in the world that's black and white. So I think
Except for Oreos. So go ahead.